Hey everyone, Brian Bray Productions back here with you today with the fourth season of Lost of the series I'm doing. Guys, we're so close towards the end. We got 2 more seasons of the series, and it's like, oh my god! Like I said, this series, like I told you before, and like my other previous videos, is that I really do appreciate this series and everything. But the thing is, with this season's guys, this is the shortest season. There's only 14 episodes. I did a little bit of background research for you guys, and apparently it looks like that during the filmmaking process of the fourth season of Lost, there was supposed to be like 16 episodes, but if you remember, like back in the day, it was due to the writer's strike and everything, so that was cut down to 14 episodes. So but also I want to talk about in this video, guys, that like this season also talks about a lot about like space and time, and also time travel, which is kind of like, have that sci-fi mysterious element and everything. So yeah, like I said, I'll be talking in this video, guys, and just for let you guys know that it's gonna be I'll point out at like some points or whatever. Okay, so other than this, so where we left off from season 3 of Lost. Okay. Well, unfortunately, they sent out the radio broadcast out and everything, and and then all of a sudden, like, tensions were rising and everything, and all of a sudden that the news was fortunately dropped out that Charlie was killed and everything, and tensions were rising, like, say who should trust Jack or Locke. So some of the others, like for example, Claire, Sawyer, Kate. They would the Bear station where where Darmnisha was, and the others remained with Jack, like Sun, Jin, Juliet, etc., and others. But fortunately, when Kate was going to venture out of the woods, she was hearing a noise, and apparently, what she knows was Naomi bleeding to death from if you remember, where locked through the knife, almost like, like Call of Duty action or whatever, and everything's kind of cool. And then all of a sudden, back on Jack's camp, they heard a chopper, and the chopper was like in signaling who it was. And like I said, the chopper pilot was known there by now. His name is Frank Lapidus, who was hired to do a search and rescue mission, like Naomi told him. And then the other Pacific characters that we also meet is Daniel Faraday, who was actually a mathematician and physicist and everything, who kept the journal and everything, refer out to. Like I said, this is all a group of people, but also we meet Charlotte Lewis, who also was from England as well. So I'm telling right now, like, Daniel and Naomi and Charlotte were all from England. So that was actually kind of cool and everything. And lastly, but at least the final new character we meet is his name is Miles, who actually I guess say he's kind of like a medium also, but also again he's kind of have a little bit of a bad attitude as well. He also gets as the president of the dead and everything. So how did these characters like getting together know each other? Well, they were put on this boat that in the middle of the Fiji Islands in the South Pacific near Asia. It was called the Kana, which I don't know what that translation means, but I could probably look it up for you guys and see what it means and everything. So yeah, but so they were put on this searching for all the crash crash Oceanic 815 airliner, which claimed they had 359 passengers dead and everything. But all of a sudden their boat was there was some malfunctioning troubles and everything, and they were stuck at sea, didn't know what to do and everything, so they were just like hanging out to see what the next course action. But unfortunately, so the people that went back on the boat to make sure to know what's going on were Desmond and Saeed. And fortunately, things kind of got a little more interesting than I expected to be in this season, guys. So Desmond kind of loses his cool, and he doesn't know who he is, and he thinks it's the year 1996, and he calls up Jack and is saying, it's kind of questioning, why is the year 1996? Well, he was having like flashbacks of like himself, like during his time when he was serving for the Scottish Royal Army back in the day in the year 1996. So this is, like I said, the year is 2004 compared to 1996. So that's kind of like a big time change. But they said that the only way he can like he find himself is that he finds Daniel Faraday, and also he calls up Penny, which if you remember, Penny Whitmore was the daughter of Charles Whitmore. If you remember from the seasons 1 through 3, guys, if you haven't seen them yet. So he calls him up, and then next thing you know, Penny picks up and wondering where is Desmond. And it's Christmas time, and back in in the future, and back at home, and kind of wondering where he is, and saying that I love you, Penny. I'll come and find you and make sure you're all right and you're safe and secure and everything. And but until then, he's stuck on the boat with Saeed and everything. But then again, transitioning to his father. Well, Charles Whitmore is the essential millionaire English, I say, type of like archetype type of villain type of guys in this series, because don't forget, he basically, if you remember, he hates Desmond. He doesn't want to like any relationship with his daughter Penny and everything. And as you can see in this image I pulled up of this guy, he meets Son, and they do business. This is like, fast forward a little bit more episodes later in the 4th season, guys, and saying that, he has some, same considered business and everything with to do with Son, and, Son bought her father's ownership. But then again, this is where things is kind of like, I want to say, this is kind of the main central core of the season. Basically, that airline was in the ocean was nothing but a fake. But so pretty much like Charles was thinking that he can put a fake plane in there, make a whole fake cover up story, and thinking everything is all like just a complete lie. He knows they actually know that the real crash is somewhere on the island, and he wants the island itself. And basically the whole thing was just a complete cover up story. I was like, oh my god, guys, it was absolutely insane, pretty much. And it was actually kind of crazy to see that he did this, and was like trying to figure out how to get the island and everything. But it was kind of cool also seeing that we also see Michael again, which Michael was like I said, if you remember, he he took a boat with him and Walt, and they took off from the island and everything. And like I said, and he was able to reach home back to back home to the United States, where he's from. He's actually from New York, and so basically, like I said, he basically didn't care about what people didn't, like I said, we're not caring about him and everything. So he was having kind of little complications and issue, guys. So pretty much also that he actually first time he tried to kill himself with gunpoint, but the bullet was jammed and everything to kill him. The second time he tried to kill himself was by a car accident, and but like I said, Michael tried to kill himself 3 times, and I was like, because all the guilt and the shame that Walt doesn't love him anymore. So the only way that we able to resolve that was that if you remember Tom, which Tom somehow not sure how he was able to survive, because you remember he was executed, from the third season, and I'm guessing that he was alive. So he figures a way to tell Michael that the only way if you want to save everyone, it's good to go back to the island. And so pretty much now that Michael becomes his new cover-up name, his spy name is Kevin Johnson, which is technically he's actually kind of considering working for Ben, but Dune realizing that now they figured out that Saeed figures out he's actually a traitor and working for Ben, and like I said, he was technically his job was supposed to plant explosives on the Kanata of the ship of the freight ship, but then again also, like I said, now this is where I'm talking about the time, guys. Now fast forward in the future, we also get to see that Kate is also up for her trial for 7 counts of several crimes, like for example, like grand larceny, grand theft auto, murder, assault on an officer, etc., etc. And then again, she also pretends to be this motherly figure towards Claire, because if you don't remember, like I said, I'll talk to you in a little bit, but she pretends to be son of of Aaron, Claire's baby, and like I said, but technically she's not related to him or whatsoever, and he she marries Jack as well and everything. But and like I said, also in the fast forward future event of where Jin Jim has her baby, and Jin Young Kwan, that's what her name is. Sorry if I mispronounced that, guys. And Hurley comes over to Korea to comfort her, make sure she's all right and everything. And like I said, she says she misses him and everything. And it's kind of cool and everything, and kind of sad at the same time too, which is a little bit unfortunate, guys. So yeah. But then again, like I said, also in the future as well, where you see Ben waking up somewhere middle in the desert with this jacket on and everything, and all of a sudden he shoots these terrorists and everything, steals his horse and everything, and travels the world and everything. And also he hires Saeed as his own personal assassin to do his work, because like I said, in the future event where he's trying to figure out who murdered his wife, so Saeed is working for Ben's gunman, and in order to discover like who's actually killed his wife. And actually it was one of these gunmen that worked for Charles Whitmore and everything. And so I mean, that was actually pretty cool. But then again, also if we flash back to the island, we see the core purpose why Ben is here on this island. He's pretty much worth $3 million. And technically what happens was that, due to it make sure him and his rest of his daughter were safe, they make sure that she was able to escape and everything. But unfortunately her mother gets killed, and also her boyfriend Carl gets killed by these military base men that was they're paid and hired by as private contractors or mercenaries by Charles Whitmore to make sure they capture the bounty of Ben. And so you can actually see here Alex defusing the defense grid system, make sure like I said, she can snatch Ben and everything. But then again, the leader, I think his name is Lemmy. He publicly executes his daughter right in front of him, and like I said, that Ben said that she is not related to him and everything, but knowing that deep down and inside of him that he is technically related to him, that he took care of her as a baby. She was born and raised on the island. But then again, she was separating her mother because she thought that Danny Rousseau was actually a crazed woman and everything, and they had no separate relations with you guys, with them. And unfortunately, that leads us up to where Ben loses his cool, decides to release the full wrath of the Black Smoke, which I still don't know what this thing is, guys. I'm gonna probably, like I said, I'm guessing in the last two seasons, 5 and 6, we may get an answer what this Black Smoke is and everything. But then again, after like you said, fleeing to the jungle, Locke's next move is trying to find where this cabin is, because he was trying to find Jacob, because he didn't know what he was doing and everything. So basically, Locke was kind of confused and wondering where is this cabin. So basically, Locke goes inside his cabin by himself, without assistance of like Hurley or Ben. And what do you know? We meet Christian Shepherd again, Jack's father again, which is kind of interesting because, like I said, he said he's speaking on behalf of his father and everything, and he lays the whole news, everything, telling that Claire's with him as well, and that Claire is the daughter of Christian Shepherd, but hasn't technically told Jack yet and everything, and which is kind of surprising because also on the opposite end of the island where Jack was suffering from a condition with his appendix, and that he was feeling really sick to his stomach and everything, and and he, like I said, he had to get it out. So basically, Juliet just knocks him out, with some chlorophyll, and does operating surgery on there. But then again, he's kind of crazy enough to go back in the jungle to make sure that Kate is alright, and and then make sure they want to get off the island because like I said, the Daniel Faraday and the rest of the guys were able to get a rescue, and unfortunately, there was a firefight that went down, and like I said, all Lemmy's men were shot and killed, and that was also the Simpsons by Richard, which, if you remember, was whatchamacallit was, one of Ben's assistants, it was considered as the others, and they were able to ambush and kill most of the majority of it. I mean, and Ben was like, say, hey, thank you very much, for helping me and everything. And also, we meet the last, Dharma Station, guys. We meet the, the Dharma Station, the Orchid, which was a greenhouse, for, Dharma is actually a research and scientist, area. But, like I said, this Dharma Station is still kind of peculiar to me, guys, so I'm not really too sure what it is. But basically what Ben says is like, oh yeah, it's just nothing for just what Dharma's use science and research. But then again, also is also used for time travel, which I said for you guys, time travel is actually a cause. But unfortunately, Lemmy somehow, was able to survive with the body armor and everything, and unfortunately, he kind of loses his cool, and, Ben loses cool and it stabs the crap out of him, and unfortunately, the freighter had C4 and it blew up, and that led to killing Jen and Michael. And Son was like, we need to go back and go rescue him and everything. And so, but Jack said that, we can't like really tell the truth. We gotta lie. So Jack, Hurley, Kate, Saeed, and Aaron were all able to make off the island. And like I said, they were late to a press conference and everything. And tell them that like what happened. There were only like the original remained 6 members of the plane crash and everything. And like I said, they were lying and didn't really want to tell the truth. But then again, also flash forward to the island too, is that whatchamacallit, Ben would say he needs to turn the wheel and move the island. Well, fortunately, the island moves, guys, and fortunately, but I did some research too about the island. Basically, the island transfers from like the north and south pole of the world. So think about now, like the island's on the south pole versus the north pole. It's kind of weird and peculiar and everything. So it's kind of like interesting to see guys, and like how it was able to lay out. But then again, also after that transition, we also see that where Jack's intoxicated by pills and alcohol and everything, and like I said, this is a future event where basically Ben doesn't speak to Jack for another 3 years. So let's see, 2005 to 2007. This is why I researched. He didn't speak to Ben for about 3 years after Ben's banished from the island, and like I said, there was also talking in the series about this guy named whatchamacallit, his name was Ben Bacom or something like that. I forgot about it. But basically, like I said, he meets in a funeral parlor and everything. Oh no, his name is Jeremy Benham. Sorry, which was kind of shocked and surprised me, guys, because Jeremy Benham's his real name is actually John Locke, which is surprised the living heck out of me. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? It's John Locke as his alias name. So, yeah, guys. So, like I said, I don't know. Does like I said, but Ben said the only way you need to go back to the island is that all of you guys need to go back. It's just not Jack by himself. So, I thought it was kind of interesting, and cool, and everything to see. But like I said, guys. But we're so close. We got 2 more seasons left, guys. And other than that, guys, I'll hopefully see you in the next video of season 5 of Lost. Other than that, have a good day, guys. Bye. Peace.